Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today. And this story comes from Custom House in London. I've been covering this story for about a year, especially due to the nature of the fact that there was found in this freezer. They'd been there for a long time. Zahid Younis, who is 36, was convicted of both of the girls' murders and sentenced to a minimum of 38 years in prison. Mihrican, Mustafa and Henriett Szucs were found in the freezer in April by police who had searched the property. Custom House is notorious in the area. There's a lot of rappers from Custom House. Rappers such as Mover and also Young Bane. They were found on the 27th of April and Younis pleaded guilty to 2 counts of preventing a lawful burial as well. The detective in charge of the case, Simon Hardy, said it was a complex case. The conditions both women were found in were very challenging, and I commend the extraordinary work of forensic experts who helped us piece together exactly what happened. They retrieved as much evidence as possible. The detective also praised the officers that arrested Younis in his flat that day. They said it was good old-fashioned police work that made them force open the freezer and intuition that something wasn't right. They paid tribute to the victims' families for their bravery, and he said it seemed incomprehensible that loved ones have lost their lives in such a horrible way. Younis was a violent and manipulative drug user, and he controlled women that were vulnerable, often women that were homeless and living chaotic lifestyles. Mihrican and Henriett stayed with him for a short period of time. He lied throughout the trial, they said, fabricating a story on how other people had been involved in the death. The prosecution told the judge they were thankful that the jury had considered the weight of the evidence against him and convicted him. A friend of one of the girls had reported her missing on the 26th of April 2019. They went to his flat, concerned for her welfare. There was no answer at the door and officers returned the following day. They forced entry to the address, and in a small cupboard containing an electricity meter was a small chest freezer. It was locked with items stacked on top of it, and flies were gathering around it. An officer forced it open with a crowbar and saw large frozen shapes and a foot in a grey Superman sock. It was the remains of Mihrican, and she was clothed and wrapped in plastic and a bedsheet. She was subsequently identified by a distinctive tattoo on her wrist, and later was identified through DNA. A murder investigation was then launched.
Right. Hello, police. Police officer, make yourself known. Hello, police. No one now. No.
People full of guns. Okay, take any allegations of crimes to control.
Where it goes? Thank you, dude. That's it. Oh, thank you, mate. Sweet. Is there anyone he can hide? Because he knows he's whiskey Mike. There's a freezer here that I want to get into. It's locked, but
Examinations of the remains was very complex due to the condition of the body and where it was found. The freezer was taken from the scene and taken to a Walthamstow mortuary where it was x-rayed. They revealed the body of another woman, Henriett, that was underneath Mihrican. She was wearing pyjamas and wrapped in a sleeping bag. The full examination was difficult. The women had sustained multiple injuries. Henriett suffered head injuries, and Mihrican suffered chest and throat injuries. Both women had broken ribs, and the full cause of death could not be determined. Henriett had not been seen for 3 years. Mihrican had been reported missing for almost a year. Both of them had been associated to Younis in the time leading up to their disappearance. The police say both of them were living chaotic lives, and they was homeless as well and addicted to drugs. Henriett was Hungarian and she came to the UK in 2012. She had a number of abusive partners and suffered mental health problems. She met Younis in January 2016. She moved in with him in March 2016 and they were together in the local area, often seen arguing. Some notes later suggested that Younis was violent. She wrote she wasn't allowed in the kitchen and needed to show him respect and follow the things that he pointed out he needed to do. The last sighting of her was on the 26th of August 2016. She was reported missing by her sister on the 10th of May. In June 2018, Younis removed the carpets and put wooden flooring in his flat. Police searched the address and found property belonging to both women. A fingerprint from Mihrican was found in the kitchen and blood from Henriett was found in carpet in the bedroom. Younis had been in prison in September and November of 2018 and his electricity supply had been disconnected, contributing to the decomposition of the bodies and causing a foul smell. An electricity engineer attended on the 11th of April to clear the debt on the meter and Younis came to the door holding a can of air freshener. The engineer noticed that it smelled very bad. Younis sprayed the air freshener before he let him look at the meters, which was next to the chest freezer. Shortly after, he left the property and went away. So that is absolutely ridiculous. This guy went to prison for 2 months. This guy was in prison for several months while these bodies were just rotting and they didn't even realise. So I'm going to guess that this must have been because of the electricity guy. He must have notified the police about the smell. He was arrested on the 13th of April in West 10, getting into a taxi. He told officers it wasn't his house, it wasn't his problem. He was charged in May and 2 counts of perverting the course of justice and prevention of the burial of a dead body. The brutal, casual nature that he murdered these 2 women that at one point he pretended to care about. So it goes to show the levels of some relationships and how violent and how manipulative some people can be. So I urge anyone in a situation like this to make sure that you just go and get help. Try and sort your life out. Turn to people who care about you, because I guarantee you there's somebody out there that just wants to help you. So rest in peace to these 2 young girls and condolences to their family. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe and follow us online as well at Scarcity Studios. Peace.